we return to our rookie adventurers, who are not such rookies anymore, in Madame Fiona's tea kettle in the city of Phlan. You have been told and experienced for yourself that Madame Fiona's tea kettle is a place where adventurers can find work and avoid the hassle associated with other places in the city. So far, it seems that has been true. Madame Fiona, a stout and officious halfling who runs the establishment with her 5 daughters, has proven to be, for you, an excellent hostess. You are back here in the tea kettle after a few days since your last adventure. And as the sun finally sets in the west, you settle down for one last beverage. Whitley, one of Fiona's daughters, sees to the late night crowd. Her startlingly white hair is pulled back in a tight braid, and she expertly juggles pots of tea, tankards of ale, flagons of wine, and of course, plates of biccies. As you settle in here, anything cropping up in conversation for the three of you?
So I've been thinking, I've been thinking hard about this. I need your answer. Is a cake a big soft biscuit, or is a biscuit a small hard cake?
But they're not the same thing. They're made from the same ingredients, but they're not the same thing.
Oh no, I know. No, one is big and soft. Others a lot. But you ask them with tea.
Yeah, but you can have other things with tea as well.
But if you leave them out too long, then you end up with a big hard cake or a small soft biscuit, and both are bad.
Yeah. Yes.
I have left the biscuits out, and he's gone soft, but I have yet to see them grow.
Why would they grow?
To become cakes.
They don't become.
But he's been watering them every day.
They're not. Look, I should never have said they're made from plants. Okay. Because they're biscuits or cake, they can't. They grow before you make. Once they've been in the oven, they can't grow again.
It's all I'm saying. It's been 2 days, and my biscuit/cake tree has not sprouted in the slightest.
It doesn't become a tree.
The door to the tea kettle opens, revealing a worried-looking gnome. He's got patchwork clothes on, and he's wringing a floppy hat nervously in callous-looking hands. He peers around the room quite pensively until his eyes eventually focus on your group. He quickly walks towards you, ignoring the stares and the whispered jibes from some of the other patrons. And he says, "You look like the mercenary type."
Is that a compliment?
In this case, yes, it is. It's a real big compliment because I really need your help. Are you for hire?
Yes, if it's enough money, yes. Yeah. How much?
I could give you 50 gold, if that was.
So
it's my little girl. She's in terrible trouble. Would you be willing to help?
Yes,
Absolutely.
Sure. Yes.
What sort of troubles is she having?
She's my daughter. She's named Villonah after her mum died. She's gotten in a little bit of trouble with the law and all that. And most of the crimes that she's committed have been minor offences that maybe have given her a few small fines or a few days in the nick and things like that. But unfortunately, it's meant that she's got the attention of the Blackfist guards here in Phlan, and she's become one of their usual suspects if anything goes south or anything untoward happens in the city walls and all that. So the first person that they'll go to will be Villonah, and last night when she was visiting my house, she was arrested. And they just stormed in, gave no indication of what she was being charged for, nothing like that. And she's just whisked off into the night. And I don't really know exactly know where she is. I didn't know where she was. Normally they take it to the castle, and so I went up there to try and pay some money, right, for her to be let go, like I normally do. But I was told that she wasn't in the castle jail when I tried to... and he lowers his voice. I must admit, I tried to bribe the guards a little bit into giving me a little bit of information, and I probably shouldn't have done that. And to be perfectly honest, they probably could have arrested me there and then for doing so, but I'm a desperate man in desperate need of finding my daughter. Anyway, then what happened was, because they wouldn't give me anything, they wouldn't tell me nothing, I then went to the less than savoury parts of town, maybe had to grease a few palms that I probably wouldn't want to touch without washing my hands afterwards.
Privies.
Yes,
yes.
Or privy adjacent places.
You need to wash your hands or appendages.
Or both, I suppose. Anyway, so I met with a cut purse, and he said to me that apparently there's like this sacred prison in beneath the city, where the Blackfist, they take people that they don't like, particularly repeat offenders and things like that, and they take them there to torture or sometimes murder, and they like to do it in secret without the bosses finding out. So this is not above board or anything like that, so I hear. And I'm hearing rumours that she was probably taken there, and I think that stands to reason, given that she's not at the Castle Nick. I think I've managed to find out where this secret prison is supposed to be, and I was hoping that perhaps you might be willing to go in, find my daughter, get out, and then I'll give you some gold.
If you want us to break into a prison, we're going to have to discuss hazard pay.
I just assumed, I calculated that into the 50 gold.
Yeah, but 50 gold is not it's very inconvenient to try and divide that by 3.
I couldn't do it.
I see. Admittedly, I hadn't really calculated or preempted how many people might be able to find to help in this. You're the first people that I found that kind of looked like they could do the job, to be honest. I hadn't really accounted for being easily divisible by 3. What sort of figure were you thinking of, exactly?
Well, just throw in your suggestion.
My suggestion was 50, but that apparently is not convenient enough for you. Maybe you give me a counter offer and maybe we'll see if we can meet in the middle.
100.
Okay, I am not made of money. I am just a tinkerer.
I think you said meet in the middle, so...
I know, but look, I'll happily pay anything to get my daughter back, but if I don't have it, I can't pay it. How about...
How much...
How about if you want it nicely, easily divisible by 3, then perhaps if we go for 60 gold?
Fantastic.
Okay, that I do have. That I do have.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, that's good. All right. Okay, so we have a deal then.
Whereabouts is this secret prison?
I've heard that it's beneath the ruins of the Lyceum of the Black Lord, which was burnt down some time ago. It's they've obviously must have taken over the chambers in the basement or something.
So what has she done to be...
I've got absolutely no idea. They didn't say nothing when they came in. They didn't even say you're under arrest for attempted murder or nothing like that. They just came in, they just cuffed her and out the door.
It does seem awfully, and nobody should be tortured, but it does seem a bit over their top just for offending minors.
What?
Yes, if she's doing a bit of theft, bit of shoplifting.
Well, I mean, she's done a little bit of pickpocketing and things like that before. I don't approve exactly, but she's my daughter. I'm not gonna disown her for it, but
seems like some discipline should have been.
No, we don't condone slavery and ownership of persons either. That's not good.
No, we don't condone that. So how does she know she can trust us? 3 sort of mismatched. people coming in, trying
Well,
to save her?
I mean-
you know she's not gonna.
If she's being tortured and murdered, and if she's been murdered, I suppose that's... I don't really want to think about that. But if she's being tortured, I'm sure that somebody coming in that she doesn't recognise saying, hey, I want to get you out of here, come with us if you want to live, all that, I'm sure she'd be happy to come. I've got no way of giving her a heads up or anything like that.
Okay.
Again, I wasn't expecting her to get arrested or taken away or anything like that, so I couldn't exactly say, hey, in 3 days you're gonna have some...
Look, I'm not really liking your tone, but I meant.
No, I don't mean any I
don't.
don't mean any disrespect. I'm just saying I don't know. I don't know.
So
I
no
suppose-
trinket, locket. She would recognize
Oh,
code word.
you could tell her that I sent you.
Well, that'll do. Thank you. What is your name?
Rillo. Rillo.
Rillo.
Let's stop her.
Rillo.
Let's stop
No.
her. Let's stop her from doing what?
No,
I thought we-
no, let's stop her.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
That's my name. Rillo, let's stop her.
Hello, Rillo.
Hello. I didn't catch your names, actually.
Oh, we didn't tell you then.
Fluff.
Right?
No, Fluff.
Oh, Fluff.
That's their name.
Oh, okay. Hello, Fluff. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
My name is Fellin. Because if you need something Fellin, you ask me.
Right. Okay, nice to meet you too, Fellin. And your name...
Taileth.
A pleasure. And again, I'm sorry if my tone came across as slightly rude. It's a very stressful time, and I know that's not an excuse, but I am very grateful for you helping to free my daughter, hopefully, if you find her. Obviously, it would mean the world to me. She's everything.
If we are able to get her, where shall we meet you to bring her?
Oh,
Probably want to get out of town.
I suppose she would.
Because we can't bring her here, right? I'm not endangering the biccies.
The what?
The biccies. I will not endanger the biccies.
He won't endanger the bickies.
They're like small, hard cakes.
Right. Oh, biscuits. The biscuits. I understand.
See? He gets it.
So where shall we?
Well,
Meet you?
I'm thinking that maybe if you meet us outside here, so you don't endanger your biscuits. If you meet us outside here, and then I can take her away and think of something, because that's not really your concern. The most important thing is that I get my daughter back, and we both know where this place is. We can all agree we know this place. Then it prevents any confusion and anything like that, I think.
Well,
But we'll meet outside so to not endanger your biscuits.
Out. Yeah.
I was about, if you sit on that table over there in the corner, there's a little window there, you can see out into the yard. We'll bring her to the yard and you run
Right.
out and yeah, that's all
Okay.
good.
That sounds cracking. I suppose I should probably
Right.
take the lead and show you where I've heard the entrances.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Yes.
We just need a moment to resupply.
Okay,
Fluff
I'll meet you outside then, and then I'll... Okay.
just starts
Yeah.
scooping a plate of biscuits into the folds of his cloak. And
I
then
am-
takes the teapot and starts pouring it into...
I take my knapsack over to the daughter and just give her a knowing look and go, the usual.
And she equally gives you a knowing look and brings a plate of bickies and just pours them into the knapsack.
Thank
Fluff looks at Taileth, the shocked expression of him pouring the tea into the pocket, and just says, "I'm pre-dunking them."
You're gonna ruin your feathers.
It's fine. I'm waterproof naturally, I think.
Yeah.
Or is that ducks? I don't know if it counts for owls.
We'll soon find out. Come on. And she grabs like one for the road. Choose on. Come on, let's go and save this petty thief.
I hop onto my usual place of Fellin's shoulder, and I'm
right.
just there.
Okay, you head on out to the streets now. They are quiet, as Dusk is very much here, and lead you through the streets to a ruin, and it is still very much a ruin, this blackened, charred building that is near the riverside. And he leads you down the side near the riverbank to a tunnel, a simple-looking tunnel that runs under that old ruin. And he says, now, as I understand it, the entrance to this prison of theirs is just down there, a few 100 feet, so I hear.
Okay, do you know if there's going to be someone at the door?
I've heard that they tend not to guard the actual tunnel itself because they assume that nobody knows where this place is. You should be all right. And they don't want to rouse any suspicion by anybody that makes their way down the tunnel accidentally on purpose. So,
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
so you should be fine, at least until you get to the thing. Once you go, I don't know what to expect on the other side of any entrance or anything like that, but certainly the tunnel, if everything I've heard is true, which I can't guarantee, of course, but if it is, then you'll be fine.
Okay. I don't suppose they said how many Blackfists would be in there?
I suppose it depends, I guess, on how many prisoners and stuff they've got. I really, to be perfectly honest, to even find the location of this place, I've been lucky to have any detail at all. So I'm afraid I don't know.
Okay. Well, we'll meet you outside in the yard. Fellin said I'd scarper if you don't want to arouse more suspicion.
Right, of course, yes, I'll go. And he scurries away.
He used so many words for a simple concept.
Oh, good. I thought it was just me.
No, he was really annoying. He makes you seem mute. Not you, Fellin. My
Oh, you're I
my-
see. Yeah, yes. I've never been accused of using too many words.
yeah.
Sneaky is the best way.
At least to start. And if we fail, you start swinging.
Right?
Okay?
You just
'Cause-
give me the nod.
I will. Or if you hear me scream, that's usually a good sign too.
Give me the scream.
Noted. Oh,
It'll all be fine. And I am going to just slap a hand on both of them and do a little ring and cast guidance on both of them, one after the other.
Oh, yes. Do you know what? I believe you.
I believe me too.
Oh, good, because that's important.
Self-belief. Or was it elf-belief?
it's the word.
You can
don't.
have both.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yes, yes, you can. Yeah.
All right. You make your way then down this long, dark tunnel. And long indeed it is. Long, dark, although occasionally lit by a torch. Only every sort of 100 feet or so there's a torch just to give a little bit of light to help guide you down this winding tunnel. And it does go on for quite a significant amount of time. Just so we're clear also, who's got dark vision, who doesn't?
Just me that hasn't, I think.
I do.
Yeah,
I have 120 feet.
If the owlin didn't have dark vision, that
I
would
mean,
be-
yes.
That's
Yeah.
a poor design. That.
I'm diurnal.
Yeah. Time for some magical eye surgery at that point.
So I'm only really getting every, I suppose, 60 feet of darkness between torches. So I don't like this bit. Keep walking towards the light.
Okay. Eventually, this long tunnel leads to a rather plain-looking door. Although you do note that the stonework around the door is very well crafted, particularly when you compare it to the rather rudimentary tunnel that you find yourselves in. Anything you'd like to do when you get to this door?
This looks like it might be part of a different, like, older bit than this tunnel, right? I think we might be maybe properly under it. Oh yeah.
How long have people been in Phlan?
I've not been here long at all. At least a few weeks, I'd have thought, to build this.
Because there was that room with all the gems in the places and the crypt, which was really old as well. Maybe it's like an ancient city that like something's been built on top or something.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
I wonder how it burnt. I've been in a fire before. It wasn't pleasant. Yeah. She's going to put her ear up against the door, see if she can hear anything.
Okay, give me a perception check.
You've got
You do have guidance.
Which is a D4, right?
Yeah.
14.
14. So as you've got your ear to the door, listening for any sign of life or movement or anything like that, you do hear the occasional whimper and babble of something that you can't quite work out.
Oh. Shh. I can hear something.
What is it?
something?
Like, I think it's distant talking and just a few unhappy people. Can I make out how many voices, roughly? How close to the door?
With a 14, I'd say more than a couple of people, but above that you can't make out whether that's 3, 10, whatever, but it's more than a couple.
Are we going to help everyone here, or are we just going to help the gnome's daughter?
That depends on how many gods they have, but
We have to play it by ear. But if these people are being held secretly and illegally and tortured and stuff, they don't deserve that. No matter what they done, they deserve a fair trial. I can't.
Yep. Or a champion.
Exactly.
how about we just concentrate on the... And anyone else is a bonus.
I don't know what's on the other side.
That's at least 3 people in there. I don't
If
know
you
how
were-
many.
I get my glaive out. I say, if you open the door, and then Fluff, if you get behind me,
Yep.
just be ready for whatever's in there, okay?
Okay. Okay. I could really use a hand right now. It's nothing.
Fluff puts a hand in your hand.
Thank you. We're going to have words about this. Not you, Fluff. It's him. He's never there when you need him.
We can have words. I can hold space for you to talk if you need.
Thank you. Another time. Here goes. She's going to really slowly try and open the door.
I think Fluff has a goblin sword now, doesn't he? He picked up as a trophy.
Yeah.
He does.
Fluff's holding his goblin sword.
The lovely little duck carved.
Oh,
As you try and steadily open the door, it does not open. It appears to be locked.
Oh.
Did you bring the lockpick, Fellin?
you have a lockpick?
I am the lockpick,
Oh,
but it's not the quietest one.
let me just try the quiet way. If that
Okay.
fails,
I'll be ready.
you're on. Any help would be nice. I can't exactly do what you want if I'm dead. And she's going to try and lockpick the door.
Okay, do you have thieves' tools, I presume, yes?
Let's have a look at my...
We'll start there. We'll start there.
I do not. Can I improvise?
As she's going through looking for the non-existent
Yeah.
skills, I start limbering up and stretching next to the door.
Fluff, do you happen to have thieves' tools that...
No.
What happened to hairpin and a bit of gumption?
Are you even proficient in thieves' tools?
No.
That would be the equivalent of someone literally having never attempted to pick a lock before, taking a hairpin, and
Yeah.
just thinking this is how it works in the movie.
I've played Skyrim.
Yeah.
Exactly. If I'm here
Wiggle.
for 10 minutes, it will
Wiggle,
open.
wiggle.
Apparently, it makes a sound when it's
Hey.
in the right place. Life
Yeah.
changed.
Hey,
Who knows?
I think if you're not proficient in thieves' tools, and you don't have thieves' tools in your possession, I think improvising is probably not really going to work even if you try.
this is what Taileth would do because her life changed suddenly and she had powers, so she's going to try everything.
Look, why don't we do a roll? Because there is a very small chance that on a fluke you could do this here.
It was actually just jam.
It's a very it's a very slim chance. It's
Yep.
a very
Someone
slim
unlocks
chance.
it as you think you're picking it.
Yeah. Come on. What do I...
I will need
Any stat?
it would be a sleight of hand check would be the check
Okay.
that you would be doing here.
Okay. 10.
So that wasn't a nat 20 face.
The door does not unlock.
Fluff just starting at Fellin very pointedly, just looks at the lockpick
Fellin.
and takes a very pointed step back.
It was worth a try.
Fellin fails to hide his glee.
Yeah.
One.
She takes a step to this.
It was a good try.
Right, picking the lock, and I'm going to pull a axe out of my
Very good.
jam it into the edge of the door, and I'm going to take two steps back, hold my glaive like a pole vault, for pole vaulting,
This is very involved.
charge the door and try and drop kick or open.
So effortlessly cool.
All right. Could I get an athletics check from you, please?
You can.
Guidance.
Yeah. With the guidance, that will be a 24.
Yay.
Not only does the door swing open, but it is completely removed from its hinges
Yes.
as you and the door fly through the portal, and for a brief moment, Fellin is out of sight for the rest of you two,
Yay.
as there is a big, massive crash that echoes down the tunnel, and presumably on the other side of the door also. Fellin, as you are looking about you, that you're in a fairly sizable room. It's about 20 foot by 30 foot. And there are what look to be like 8 cells lining the walls. 5 of them look to be occupied. And immediately these figures start reaching out to you. They can't reach you from where you are, but they are begging for you to release them.
Having just crashed through the door, I look at them and go, shh.
Good evening. Hello. Please remain calm. We might be here to rescue you. We're not sure.
Don't give them false hope. That's cruel.
Could
We
I
need to rescue one person first, and then we might be able to rescue other people as a bonus. But it will just be as a bonus. You may not be our priority today.
Could I get a persuasion check from you, please, Fluff?
God.
And I'll give you advantage for the assist from Fellin, telling them to shh.
Hush. Persuasion, you say? Oh, hello. I can't remember what my charisma is. Oh, you. Yeah, not bad. 16.
16. Okay. The figures begin to quieten here as they seem to take on board what you're saying. You notice also that there is a door to the east, which looks to be barred from where you are, and there is also a door to the south. You also note that there is a stone chair bolted to the floor in the middle of the room, and it looks as though there are certain tools just hanging from the walls in here as well. Could I get a perception check from each of you, please?
That's a flat 14.
Oh, I'm good at perception. I literally
11.
13.
Okay. Fellin, you can hear commotion coming from the door to the south.
I think so. He's about to be joined by some folks.
Oh dear. Keep hold of your axe.
Is there an empty cell?
There is, yes.
We could just go in there for a bit.
Okay.
Are these cells just like open page sides, or are they individual sort of stone units with doors?
So it's 2 rows of 4 cells. So they're all like barred cells. So it's a row of 4, all like terrace houses, if you will.
After cage after
They're
cage.
not, yeah, they're not detached.
Okay.
They're just, but there's 4 on each side.
So we'd be visible within them.
Yes, very much. They're barred.
But if we swaddled ourselves in like cloaks and stuff and just hid in the corner, would we possibly get away with it?
Who knows? That's for the dice to decide.
I look around. Is there anywhere else who could potentially hide behind other than the chair and in a cell swaddled? Are there any
Not
pillars
really.
or of the sub?
Not really. Other than back down that tunnel you've just come from.
And they're coming.
Does
from
it sound
the
like?
south, did you say?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
They're coming from the south. Did you say?
Yes, they are. Yes.
Okay.
Does it sound like a commotion of more than one person coming from
Yes.
that way?
It does.
Okay.
Probably
That
have
won't work
a
then.
matter of seconds at this point.
Fluff goes in the set and encourages them to come in and just covers himself with the cloak and just covers weapons and stuff and just huddles in the corner just so hopefully at a glance they don't really clock us. And says, we could try this. If it doesn't work, then we could use another way. But maybe we'll get away with it. Maybe they're not after us.
Okay.
What are you
Taylor's gonna
doing?
pick up.
Yeah, go ahead.
She's gonna pick up some random manacles and pretend or chain and wrap it around her wrists.
Okay. Where are you positioning yourself?
Somewhere in a corner, if she can. Behind Fellin.
Oh wait, Fellin is going to pick the door he's just knocked over up, hold it, and just back into the corridor to hold the door in its place.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Taileth, with that information, where are you positioning yourself?
In a corner, the darkest corner, and
Darkest
yeah, it's gonna wrap some. If there's some loose chain or something, like fake wrap them around her wrists
All right. Okay.
and cuddle up. It's desperate, but we're going with it.
Okay. At this point, the door to the south bursts open, and these 4 men in what look to be like common clothes, shield in hand, and weapons in hand also. They're wielding spears. As they come out, so they look like they should be wearing armor, except that they're not. So they look as though they've come in a hurry. They're like, looking around, and then they spot you, Taileth, and one of them walks over, towers over you,
Yeah.
and he says, "I don't recognize you.
They-
Who are
They
you
just
then?"
brought me in. They just brought me in. One of you. He was.
What's
he
your
was tall
crime?
with dark hair.
What's your crime?
Pickpocketing.
Can I get a deception check, please?
Yeah.
Is Taileth in the same
She's
cell
not in
to
the
me?
cell with you, but she is on the same side of the room as you.
That's it. 10. Not rolling. As this is my.
See how well they roll.
style. Be idiots. Be.
He gives you a knowing smile.
God damn it.
And he says, what was that big bang then, eh? Pickpocket? You get the sense that he is calling you that ironically because he does not believe for a second that you're a pickpocket.
Yeah. You don't know. Look at me. What kind of big bag could I make? I'm a beanpole.
He looks to the other guys and he goes, pop her in the chair. And 3 guys move towards you, ready to
Fluff
pick you up.
Fluff pops up and says, "Oh!" Just makes him look, and does a very owly gesture of kind of like half turning his head, sort of 180, just to stop them for a sec.
Which it does. It certainly grabs their attention for a brief moment and looks of...
How close are they all to me?
At this point, they are maybe no more than 10 feet away. They're
Great, I
pretty
cast
close.
Thunderwave.
Okay, let's
Throw them
roll
against
some
the wall.
initiative then, shall we? See who reacts first, shall we?
I'm like, "Oh, hello!" And then just, his eyes glaze white and just glow. And starts muttering. Come on, initiative.
All right, let's see.
No!
That's not a good sound.
Rolled very far away from a 20.
I got a dirty 20, though. I got a dirty 20.
I distract, I protect.
Yes, you protect with distract.
All right, what have we got then? Anybody above 20?
Don't tell me these guys broke more than 20.
Anybody above 15?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. Anybody above 10?
14.
14. All right. Okay. Anybody above 5?
5.
Okay.
Thematically, Fluff goes, he like clutches his like crystal. He goes, haha, whoa. Yeah.
He just
He's tired.
He warms up his hands before the thunderclap. Oh, in a minute. Oh,
I'm going to get you.
oh.
All right.
He can't get the clap with his feathers. He's like, no, I can get it.
It makes a sound that sounds very much like.
Thunder fluff.
Yeah.
All right. Taileth. At this point in time, there is one of these guards or whatever is engaged with you. The other 3 who are on their way to you are not yet engaged, but they are all within 15 feet of you. Okay.
I'm going to cast the one that was closest to me, who was intimidating me.
Yep.
I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay, a wisdom saving throw, please.
All right. Okay, that's going to be a 9.
I assume they have an intelligence of more than 4.
They do.
What to expect from the authorities?
Very
So
presumptuous of you.
what did they roll?
They rolled, I think it was a 9, I just said, yeah.
Aha. They fall prone and become incapacitated.
All 4 or just the one?
Just one. A creature of your choice.
Okay. So prone and incapacitated.
Yes.
All right, nice.
Laughing
Giggles away.
hideously.
All right. Okay. Nice. Anything else you'd like to do? Because whilst they're incapacitated, that does give you freedom to move a little bit, but it's such tight quarters between the cells, between both sides of the room, that you've got to be limited without provoking opportunity attacks and things like that.
Okay, so I've... So that's my action. Let's see if I can do anything else. How far are the other 2?
The other... So there's 3 other. They are... The closest one is 10 feet away from you. Yeah, so within 10 to 15 feet, basically.
So yeah, I will speak a incomprehensible, like, very incomprehensible word that doesn't sound like it's from Taileth.
Okay.
Cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Yep.
And he's gonna laugh hideously.
Okay.
And then I'm going to sidestep some out of the corner I was in.
Okay, cool.
Try and traverse out of the corner.
All right, sure. At this point, just to give you a little bit more of a sense of where you are in the space. So at this point, if you're sidestepping around, you've got the door, the barred door right behind you, and 10 feet away from you on either side is a cell. So you're right at the end of the corridor of cells, if you will. Yeah? Fellin, you're on the other side of the door that you just knocked down. It's all sounding like it's kicking off now. You can hear laughter and incantations and such. What would you like to do?
I think to myself, that's as close as a screaming as I'm going to get. And I'm going to heft the door up. I don't know how you want to do this, but I'm going to looking around the door, I'm going to charge towards the other three and
Right.
just try and steamroll them.
Okay. I think you're probably going to be able to manage 2 of them.
Cool, yeah, I'm just going to plow into them with the door.
But let's treat it as an improvised weapon. So let's just treat it as 2 weapon attacks, basically. It's probably the way I'm going to do it. But improvised, of course.
Lovely. Okay, so one of them definitely not. Oh, so that is a natural 1.
Okay.
With a natural 20.
Okay, so one of them's going to crit, the other one's definitely going to miss, as you slightly misjudge the size of the door and just get caught on a bar of one of the cells with it. But the kind of momentum of that bit getting caught is enough to splat the other one right in the face with it.
Yes.
So this is going to be bludgeoning damage, crit, improv, weapon damage.
Amazing. And what dice is
I
that?
can't remember. I think it might be a D4, I think. D4 for an improvised weapon. It's been a while since this has come up for me. I want to say D4. Improvised weapon. I can't... Oh, improvised... Oh, of course. Yeah, let's just say D4.
Lovely. So 2d4 plus my strong.
Yeah.
So that's 11 damage then.
How are you finishing him?
Yeah.
Yay!
Do I finish him or does the wall behind him? It's a collaborative.
It's ensemble work.
I just hear a crunch.
Yeah.
One of them ducks out of the way, and the other one just a crunch as the wall has a new door.
All right. I like to think the crunch is probably his back breaking on one of the bars of the cells.
Yeah. Oh.
Or neck.
Or neck,
vertebra.
perhaps. All right. I say I like to think like that would be an enjoyable experience.
Gives you joy to think,
Yeah.
to think of.
All right.
A little look into the mind of Wayne there.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Fellin?
Not with my bonus action. I slam the door. I look at the one that I've missed, and I just go knock knock.
All right. Now it is the turn of the guards here. They're all armed with spears. One of them is giggling inanely, is not going to be doing anything. Does he repeat his save this turn, or does it just wear off?
He does every time he takes damage,
Yep.
and on his turn,
At the end of
does
it.
a
At the
wisdom
end of
saving
his turn.
throw.
Okay, cool. So he won't be doing anything this turn. So that leaves us with 2 more. Fluff is in one of the cells at the moment, and Fellin has just one-shotted a guy. So I think they're both going to lunge at Fellin with their spears. So the first one coming in for an 18 against your armor class there.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
All right. So that 18 is going to result in 5 piercing damage,
5 piercing damage.
and then the second attack. Right back at you with a natural 20.
Oh.
For also max damage right back at you. So that's going to be 13 points of piercing damage.
Lovely. Oh, good. Oh, nice. Probably should have raged.
And one of them looks at you, goes, stab, stab.
Fair. Well played.
Fluff, what would you like to do?
Are there some bad people in front of me in a 15-foot cube without my friends or any of these innocent imprisoned people?
You'll be pleased to know, actually, with how everything is, because Fellin's come in from one end of the room and Taileth's gone to the other end of the room. You've got a very clear space in the middle of the room that you could probably fit in a 15-foot cube.
Can I hit all three of them?
Yes.
Yay! So Fluff just opened the. Actually, no, I don't need to open.
I was going to say,
the-
I don't think Fluff needs to open any doors. I think he can just go
No,
straight through the
there'll be no
bars.
opening. There'll be no opening. He'll just like line up his crystal and just kind of say "ka-chow," and he will cast Thunderwave
There we go.
at first level.
So that's a
so-
save for them, right?
Yes, please. They all need to make a con save at DC 14, please.
Okay. Now, incapacitated, is that going to give him a disadvantage on saves?
Hope
So.
so.
I think so.
Let's have a look.
Incapacitated.
Can't take actions or
no.
reactions. But
Okay.
technically, no.
No, and the other one is prone, isn't it? That's not going to give him disadvantage on a con save. Okay, so he's rolling as normal. Okay, so they're all rolling as normal, and you said it was con, yeah?
Yeah, con save, please.
All right. So we're looking at a
DC
13,
14. Fail.
a 11,
Fail.
and a 5. So all three
Fail.
fail as this crack of thunder blasts through this prison.
So, an audible thunderous boom hits, like as he says "ka-chow," the crystal flashes, and then just there's this huge the echo off the walls. Everyone's ears starts ringing. It can be heard out to 300 feet.
So
they-
stealthy.
They stealth. They all take 11 thunder damage, half as much as if they passed, but none of them passed. And they're all pushed 10 feet away from me.
How are you finishing all three of them?
It's just this, and they just go flying like past Fellin and Taileth and just clatter against the wall. All of the because they're not nailed down. All of the stuff on the walls probably just goes flying off the walls at them as well. There's an inhaled gasp as they're against the walls, and the tools fly towards them, and then the camera cuts away, and everyone just winces. Just ooh. And then with ringing ears, Fluff just goes, "Yay!"
And the camera pans to Taileth, like trying to get a stain out her jacket.
All right. Yeah, Taylor, any reaction in the immediate aftermath as quiet befalls this chamber now?
Yeah, you would have heard a squeak when she got splattered by something. And then, yeah.
Nice.
Ugh. Well done. But, yeah.
The Felon turns and he's got a spear sticking out of his gut, and he pulls out his knapsack, puts a biscuit in his mouth, and just wrenches the spear free as he bites down on the biscuit. Oh, that one hurt. That one hurt. He's not gonna lie. Oh,
Wait, I've got something. And from his little knapsack pack, Fluff comes trotting over, does that kind of owl thing where he does the little skip, and then opens his little bag and takes out a potion of healing, and then takes another biscuit and dunks it in the potion of healing and starts feeding it to just keeps dunking biscuits. It takes far longer than it would to get him to drink it. He just keeps dunking biscuits until the potion is consumed.
just slowly watching this
Keep eating.
slowly watching the wound knit up. Biscuit.
Taileth, anything you have to say or anything you wish to do whilst all this is going on?
I think she would have started to say, oh, I'm so glad you were there, and then turn and just stare at what's happening.
Oh.
Just let it happen.
Okay. All right.
Are you okay, Taileth?
I'm good. They're just Fellin intervened before they could do anything. So thank you.
You're welcome. How much do I heal for?
It'll be 2d4 plus, is it 4?
It's your potion. Please roll for me.
I roll it.
I have my con. Do I have my con?
No, I don't think you do. I think it's just a straight...
Is it
Straight
2d4 plus 2?
It's something like that. I can't remember what the plus is. I can remember the 2d4. The plus I'm blanking on. For reasons I...
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Cool. You received 9 hit points back.
That is just a good amount. Thank you. Which is the important thing.
Yes. Indeed. All right. Fellin, what would you like to do?
I'm going to head to the south door and peer down the corridor and see what I see.
There isn't much of a corridor to speak of, really. There's a 5-foot passageway that leads into a larger, almost square room. There's a table and some chairs in the middle of the room, and a couple of bunks that line the walls. You actually can also see there's a small cooking stove in the corner as well.
Anything cooking?
No, nothing cooking at the moment. Lots of dirty pots and pans, though. It looks as though they might have had some form of stew or something like that recently. There are playing cards all over the table.
Okay, and this is the only door.
It is, yes.
Okay. We don't think anyone's coming that way. What was the guy's daughter called again?
Villonah.
I walk over, as my ear's still ringing a bit, and I go, what are your names?
And
each of you individually, please.
Fuck you, Callum.
And I hope you'll have rich character accents and backstories that we all wish to hear.
They all tell you their names, which are Bob Smith and Fred Jones.
Yeah, fighter.
And Bob the fighter, yeah. And
thank you.
Billy. Just Billy. He hasn't got a second name.
Not Bob Thornton.
No, not Bob Thornton. No. Although there is one named Thornton, but he's not the same person.
There's Billy, there's Bob, there's Thornton.
Yeah. And then there is a woman named Mary.
Nice. Hello.
They all look rather starved and probably dehydrated too.
I go into the other room and I look for, are there any water skins or anything in there?
There are, actually, yes.
Lovely.
4, to be precise.
I grab those and bring them in and say, here you are. It's a very long, very dark tunnel. But on the other end, you'll come out. Just keep running, all right? Did they bring a young girl through here?
A dwarf girl. No, thank you.
Actually, we didn't ask whether she was a gnome. He was a gnome, but maybe
It's an educated
maybe his wife
guess.
isn't. Maybe his wife is a dwarf, and maybe they adopted, or maybe she had them from a previous relationship, and he had stepped in to become a positive male influence in her life.
I feel like he probably should have mentioned that when he was.
Yeah, I think he probably. We should have asked what she looked like. Really. Did you see a girl
who
Thornton,
might or might not be a gnome?
Thornton responds, and he says,
I'm really good at this. Sorry. Sorry.
You've broken me.
Thornton, you've been through a lot. Take your time.
I cast guidance on Thornton.
Have a bicky.
God.
Everyone, I give everyone a bicky.
I start ladling out what I'm coming to call
soggy
bicky mush.
Your biscuit gruel. Bicky gruel for all.
That tastes vaguely of owl feathers.
It's pre-done.
Eat your mush.
Did you see a girl?
I'm trying to get there. I can't.
Sorry for roleplay.
It's great. So Thornton says, no, do you know what? I'm just gonna state it because I can't get it.
Remember, Wayne, he's got a mouthful of biscuits.
Oh yeah. So he says,
Swallow.
Yeah.
Savor.
She's been taken to Funhouse that way.
Oh,
Fun
And
house.
it points towards the barred door.
perhaps we missed it.
Euphemism.
Oh.
Fun house is like they doesn't mean what it means. They usually mean the opposite.
It certainly ain't no fun.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
A euphemism.
So what? This way? Straight ahead.
Aye. And he points to the door to the east.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you. Make sure you get all out safe, yeah? Look after each other.
Aye, thanks.
And don't make a ruckus when you get out, all right? Just keep running.
Okay.
Have we opened the door?
The door to the east. Or
No,
the door
just
to the
their
south.
cell doors. They're like, guys, go on. They're like, thanks. Could you mind,
I suppose I could pick them.
All right. Do you want to give me some strength checks?
Yeah, sure. Let's
I
just try.
spam guidance on them.
Let's try a raw pull first.
I'm just there massaging his shoulders, constantly casting guidance.
Okay, a raw pull is not going to do it. It's it's sturdy, like. Let's step away. Let's try a less subtle method, and I'm going to charge at it,
All right.
and that will be a 17.
Oh, okay, nice. And indeed, you're able to break open this next cell door. Now, there are, of course, a number of cell doors. There are 4 more prisoners in total that need to be freed. But that's Billy's sorted.
You want to wait for the others? Right, Billy, would you like to assist me?
He looks very malnourished and
I
exhausted,
don't think
dehydrated.
he looks weaker than I
Yeah.
do. Just pull, Fellin.
I'm going to barge the next one. That one's going to be a dirty. Oh no, more than a dirty 20. That will be a dirty 23.
Oh, Bob's
Fluff.
door flies off its hinges.
Fluff just hops down and just looks to see if there's a belt loop on any of the guards to see if there are any keys.
There is.
While he's doing that, I'm limbering up for the next one. Charges in.
Fluff very politely doesn't interrupt my own.
I bounce.
I don't want to stop him when he's mid-flow.
I bounce.
I wouldn't.
I bounce off this one. I'm like, oh.
While he's
Yep. Go on.
while
then.
he's ramming into that, can I do a bit of a looty loot?
A looty loot.
Oh God, a looty loot.
A looty loot. You certainly can.
Yeah.
What are you hoping to find? Anything?
I didn't know you played Taileth.
Clever. To see
Just-
if they've got money in their pockets, anything valuable, jewelry.
Sure.
Pictures of loved
them,
ones.
Between them, they have about 30 gold, actually, which is not to be
Oh,
sniffed at
thank
for...
you.
It's half of our fee.
That's
Yeah.
divisible by 3.
But does Fellin know that? Does Fellin know?
No.
There's a concussion currently.
and some bar imprints on his forehead.
Oh,
Just a Looney Tunes lump.
yeah.
Yeah, he's sitting on the floor, massaging his shoulder, which is taking a bit of a battering.
Thornton is looking rather despondent.
Excuse a minute.
Do you want me to tag in?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I don't want to underestimate you.
Fluff starts unlocking the doors.
And many of the 3 remaining prisoners that were yet to be freed give you a knowing nod of thanks, Fluff.
Fellin, he only just found the keys now.
I only just found them.
It's fine. I just need a minute to just walk
I
in.
didn't want to interrupt.
Walk into
I mean, you saved me from this one.
as I go to walk into the south room. You say when these guards came running out, they weren't wearing their normal gear.
Correct, yes.
Can I see their gear in?
Just a quick glance. Do you want to give me a perception?
Yeah, as I walk in. Perception that I am definitely good at. I am 13 good at.
13 good at. You can't see armor, but you can see some trunks tucked underneath the bunk beds.
Take a little wander over to the trunk and I pick the trunk up and just shake it out.
All right, and from out of the trunk falls a chain shirt.
Oh,
Guys,
Yeah.
yeah.
and I point to I pick up the sort of the chain shirt, which I presume does it look like the stuff we've seen Blackfist wearing?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah.
Previously. Oh, you think this might come in handy? Perhaps.
I mean, does it fit? You look like the most.
I don't think so. I personally find it chafes. I move better without it. I just thought maybe it might make us look like ones of them. I don't think I'm going to be fooling no one, though.
What kind of
but how
armor is
do-
chain shirt?
Heavy.
No,
Believe.
I can't.
I'll double check
Might check on that one.
double check that, but I believe heavy.
I believe it's the lowest
I
heavy.
believe so.
I just look ridiculous in it. Look. Maybe hold on to it.
Oh no,
Maybe
medium.
buy us a
Chain shirt
piece.
is
No,
medium.
it's medium. Forgive me.
Oh,
I think I was thinking
I'm
of chain
proficient in
mail.
medium armor.
oh, chain owl, chain owl.
Chain how?
I don't know if a medium shirt designed for a chain shirt designed for a medium.
Flying through the air, but it's still dragging along the floor
I am
Yeah.
small.
like a weighted blanket.
Yeah.
I could have chosen to be medium when I built Fluff, but I chose small.
Has its benefits, of course.
I am I'm technically proficient in it. I could get it taken in.
You could get it taken in.
It might not benefit me for this adventure.
Whereas
we at least-
Taileth
Can we at
would
least
fall over if she wore it.
can we at least cut to him try and get on?
Yeah.
Oh, we just go.
In the visual.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm picturing
like-
very
like
much
when-
Gimli.
Yes,
exactly.
So there's a right time we
Right.
this adjust.
I rummage around for anything else that looks officially uniformy.
Okay, there actually seems to be very little here
Okay.
in that
so good.
regard. The chain shirts and the shields that they have are the only
Ooh.
things really emblazoned with Blackfist insignia.
I will take a shield.
Okay,
Oh.
go for it.
That's probably better than the door.
Yeah, that'll do.
I will take the chain shirt as a trophy.
Okay.
Are we able to see that little room with the card table?
That is, I believe, the room that Fellin
That's the
is.
room I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go in there. I wanna look at the card table.
Okay. Anything in particular you're looking for?
I'm seeing if there's bets, money, any notes, any counterfeit cards.
No counterfeit cards. It looks as though these guys, if they're going to play, they're going to play properly.
Upstanding guys.
Yeah.
At least in terms of the actual cards they're playing. They may still deceive in other ways, but the
Oh,
cards
they
seem
blurred the
legit.
corner of this card. They've got a holographic Tiamat.
But there are fair few coins on the table, certainly.
The active word is yoink.
And you are going to have yoinked yourself 50 gold.
We won't. You have all the biccies you want.
No, you're right. We do need. We should probably still get the girls though.
You probably
Of
should get
course.
that. She might be in
course, I'm
touch.
just-
We should probably move on from here, but no, but that's good to know.
I'm not passing up 60 gold. This is a bonus.
It's a lot of gold.
I start put the shield on my back and walk over to the east door and
Okay.
inspect this bar.
It's a simple barred door, metal door, essentially with a wooden bar across the little hooks, just to prevent it from opening from the other side. Looks like a simple case of just lifting it off and opening the door.
Let's tread lightly, shall we? And lift up the bar
Okay.
and try to open the door.
The door opens to reveal a chamber which looks as though it may well have been once quite grand, but now is in a state of shambles, really. The walls have collapsed in and given way to a lot of earth. The chamber itself is a kind of really odd shape. It's certainly far from being a square chamber, that's for sure. Quite long, quite deep. And there is an obelisk that stands in the middle of the room, covered in jewels. And a cage has been erected in the middle of the room, surrounded by a number of smaller, peculiar obelisks made of black stone. Within the cage, you can see a young gnome woman dressed in a simple grey tunic sits on the floor with her back to the obelisk. And she's rocking back and forth with her head in her hands, saying in a mad whisper, "I can't run away. I can't run away."
Oh no.
I think it's her.
Hello.
Hello?
She
You all right?
seems really much focused on just rocking back and forth, continuing to mutter under her breath, "Can't run away. Can't run away."
Rillo sent us.
No reaction.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I was going to say, oh, no, it's not. I don't like the look of this. As I take out my healing potion, just begin to soak a biscuit.
Okay.
Taileth's gonna go, like, right near her. And crouch
Everybody
out
roll
onto
initiative.
her. I love.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
fuck off.
No.
It's a trap. It's lovely.
Is a trap going off, or is it?
Find
is
out.
it just? Oh, I just ask out of the featured danger sense,
Okay.
which is you have advantage on Dex saving throws against effects you can see, but that's not quite the same. I was just wanting to visualize what was going on there.
All I would say is that you hear movement.
Okay. Yeah, so not the same. That's good.
Initially,
That's all right.
Where?
From the dark corner to the southeast.
Ah.
All right. So, have we got anybody above 20?
Heh. Lol.
Anybody above 15?
Yes, 17.
17 for Fellin. All right. Anybody above 10?
13.
All right. Anybody above 5?
8.
All right. Okay. All right. Fellin stood near the entrance to here, dunking your biccies. Movement in the far corner. That corner is probably a dash away for you here.
Okay. A dash away, so that's 60 feet.
Yeah, huh? More than
Okay.
30, certainly.
More than 30, yeah. I'm going to, as my action, just shove more biscuits into a handful of biscuits into my mouth and chug the rest of the healing potion.
Okay, so it's going to be a 2d4 plus 2.
Absolutely. 1d4 plus another d4. That's going to be 6 healing,
Okay.
which is as much as I could hope for. I'm nearly full health. That's fine. And seeing this, what they've done to this poor girl, and the bad juju, this place has serious bad juju. I am going to march forward, stand near about 10 feet away from the cage,
Okay.
but put myself between the others, and I'm going to hold my glaive for not glaive. Sorry, it's a halberd. It's an axe stick, not a sword on a stick. I hold my halberd forward, and I'm going to bellow, "We seize you!" as I am going to go into rage.
Nice. All right. Raging Fellin. Alrighty. Okay, and what does this rage look like as it kicks in?
His haunches get up, and he looks that kind of so mad there's tears in his eyes kind of thing, that sort of
Yep.
indignant rage at the treatment of what is clearly a poor innocent young girl.
All right.
His eyes are laser focused on that movement, just death staring.
Death staring. All right, cool. Next up, then, we're going to have Fluff. Still near the doorway here. Fellin's steadily moved in. He's not charged in. He's necked a potion and his muscles, pumping. What would you like to do?
Oh, no. Can I see the thing to, if I were to shoot it with a spell, for example?
You can certainly,
I have
you can't exactly
120
see
feet of
what
dark-
it is, but you can certainly see that something has begun moving in the far
Even though
corner.
I have 120 feet of dark vision.
From its position, it's more about its position because there is a fair bit of rubble around in this chamber. So you can see that there is something there, but you can't quite work out what it is yet. So you could certainly target something. You just don't know exactly what it is you're targeting.
Interesting. In which case, I would like to, using my star map and crystal, I would like to cast Guiding Bolt at it.
Yay.
Nice. Okay.
And I just shout, "Reveal yourself!" and point the crystal at it, and this ridiculously powerful beam just bursts out of it, and the Fluff going, "Whoa!" holds him to the other end.
All right.
To the spell attack. Stay on the table, please. That's a nat 1.
Oh. As impressive as it looks, it hits nothing but rubble, unfortunately.
It's very generous of you. It's already going to burns like a stripe
Yeah,
through the ceiling.
this is a
Sorry,
scorch
sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Anything else?
He'll just move 30 feet into the room. How tall is the ceiling in here?
So the ceiling in here is 10 foot high.
Felon's like scraping his forehead on it. Not quite. You.
So you are moving in to the near
Yeah.
the center of the room, around the cage.
Just yeah. I'll go away from the opposite corner to the where the movement is, flanking round the side, maybe 10, 15 foot in,
Sure, got you. Okay,
peering into the darkness. What is that?
cool. All right, it is now its go, and this snake-like creature emerged from rubble and rock as its face almost opens up to reveal a beak and 4 tentacles with hooks on the end. As it almost like slithers towards you, it's almost got a kind of appearance of being somewhat between the middle of being like a snake or like a squid's arm in texture. And it kind of slithers towards you.
Cuddly.
And it is going to just about make it to the cage. Which, of course, Taileth is next to. And it is going to try and attack Taileth. So first of all, it's going to try and swipe at you with its tentacles. And that's going to be a 11 against your armor class, so I assume that's going to be a miss.
That is a miss.
It is a miss. All right, how are you defending?
A speed.
just a
Doesn't
dodge.
know any defense.
A good old dodge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just, yeah.
And then
Fast
it's going
reflexes.
and then he's going to lunge at you with it and try and take a bite out of you with its beak. Also going to be an 11 against your armor class as you just outmaneuver this serpentine creature. Taileth, how do you respond?
I think if it's tried to bite me, it's very much a... She's dodged many a person who's tried to lunge at her face before, so she's practiced. So it's within range. Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go for it. It is right next to you, though. Eldritch Blast is range, so that would be with disadvantage.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Wait. Okay. Change of tactic. It's gonna get a whack from my
thwack.
quarterstaff.
All right, go for it.
6 to hit.
6 to hit. It's going to bounce right off of its hide, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Why are all my things actions? Can't even disengage, can I? No, I can't.
Not now, you can't, no.
She's gonna scream, "Help me," and look up.
All right. Nice. All right, top of the round, Fellin. This thing is pretty close to you as well, because you position yourself
Yeah, I'm
kind
going
of
to
around that area.
step 5 feet forward so that I'm 10 feet away from it, and I'm going to swing my halberd towards it, the big chopper,
Nice.
And I'm going to recklessly attack, giving myself advantage, but it will give him a advantage also. Let's see. What is my best actions? Plus 5. That's 20. That's 22 to hit.
All right.
Let's hope that
22
hits.
is certainly going to, as there's a kind of a crunch and a splat as your glaive breaks through its hide.
Lovely. Let me get my. I am rusty. Let me. Where's my? I believe D10. Yes, D10.
Yeah.
So that is the 6 slashing damage.
All right. Okay. And as you like strike with it, you think for a moment that perhaps maybe your weapon might be a little blunt, because with the impact, it doesn't seem to quite do as much damage as you might expect.
Oh no! He's a tough old feller.
Anything else you'd like to do, Fellin?
No, with my not really anything to do with my bonus. I don't believe. No, I shall stand my ground and just growl at it. Wait, you!
All right. Fluff, you've also got a good view of this here now that you're close to this sort of area equally. You've still got the gnome girl in the cage, of course, but equally this serpentine-like creature engaged with. What would you like to do?
I like to stoop for a stone and pick up some of the pieces of rubble, 3 to be exact, and imbue them with magic as I cast a magic stone as a bonus action.
Super.
And then I would like to take out my slingshot and just... Oh, sorry, it's a sling rather than slingshot, but and Goliath's this thing.
Right.
So I'm going to hit it with a thing.
Go for it.
So it is a spell with my ability modifier. Attack it into basically, it would be the same as my spell attack. Push. And that is an 18 to hit, please.
Nice. As it strikes this magic imbued stone, thwacking it. Roll damage.
Great. 4 plus my spell casting ability modifier, which is 4. So 8 points of
8 points.
8 points of bludgeoning damage. This magically imbued stone just comes, flies through the air and just ding,
Nice.
hits it just.
All right. Anything else?
Can I see? Is there just one of these things? As
far as you can see at the moment, yes. Only one target.
Okie doke.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to do?
I don't think so. Just hang in there, everyone. But you can do it.
All right. Okay. Next up is this creature. I think for the time being, its focus is probably going to stay on you here, Taileth. So, tentacle attack. It's going to miss as you dodge out of the way. Not to be deterred, it's going to try and lunge at you with its beak. That's probably a little more like it. That is going to be a 18 against your armor class.
Yep, that does hit indeed.
All right, so as you take 5 points of piercing damage,
Hi, hi. Yeah, she screams.
and it just flickers its tentacles at you with the kind of like, as it like ripples. Your go. However, as your go begins, Taileth, one of the obelisks begins to glow a little. Could I get a wisdom saving throw from you, please?
From me.
Yes, please.
Let's see. I have advantage against being charmed.
Okay, it's not
Is
that.
that? Okay.
I can tell you that.
That is a 14.
A 14. All right, okay. You feel for a moment an intense level of fear at this creature, but it dissipates very quickly.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I am going to... This is a reaction, isn't it? Rather than an action.
No, this is your turn now.
Okay. Disengage.
Okay. All
Get
right.
out of touch.
Okay. Where would you like to go to?
How far are Fellin and Fluff.
They've moved pretty far into the room at this point, so they're only a few feet behind you here.
Okay, I'm going to... Where's the obelisk thing?
There's a few of them. There's one kind of like in the center of the room near the cage, which is the one that lit up. And then there are 4 smaller ones dotted around the chamber.
Okay. I'm gonna move behind Fellin.
All right. Okay. Cool. No worries. Okay. Anything else?
I've got nothing I can do as a bonus action, so that's it.
Okay.
Just scampers away. Scamper away.
Fellin.
I seeing that my halberd doesn't seem to be cutting deep enough. I look at it and I say, "All right, you got a tough hide. Let's see how strong you are." And I drop my halberd and I just lunge at it as I try to grapple the creature with a grappling pin with my grappler feet.
Ooh. So I believe this is a contested athletics check.
It is indeed.
All right. What you got for me?
I have a 19.
Okay. Versus my 3.
Yay!
It is indeed.
Not that strong.
No, indeed. At least, at the very least, you caught it by surprise here, is it? You try and grapple it, and this is a pinned grapple. That's what's that.
We are. If I succeed, you and the creature are both restrained until the grapple ends.
Both
restrained condition. Yes, although when it affects me less when I'm attacking it.
Sure.
Grapple feet, I get advantage on hits against it.
Okay.
But we are both restrained, so our speed both becomes 0. We can't benefit from any bonuses to speed. Our attack rolls against creature has advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage, and also disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. And then I believe on my turn I can attack at it. Let me have a look at the
All right.
Where's my feet? Where's my
That's all right.
feet?
Any bonus action you want to take?
No, I don't have anything bonusy. I suppose I've dealt. Does this count as dealing damage in terms of keeping my rage up? I know the rules change in the new one.
Unfortunately, not. No, that won't count as.
No, so we shall. Hopefully, it tries to bite me.
All right.
Go on, then. What are you going to do? I grab it and pin it to the ground.
Fluff. Fellin is now wrestling this creature. What would you like to do?
That is a good question.
It's not prone, by the way. It is just restrained.
Correct.
I would like to go and poke it with my goblin duckling scimitar.
Okay. All right, go for it.
I'm just going to go, stop wriggling.
You get advantage on attacks.
You do.
Against it.
Thank fuck.
I'm holding him. Go and get him. Shank him.
I almost stab it into Fellin's eye. And, they go, no. And then he twists it as I hit it for, instead, 18. Why am I attacking it with...
All right. You'll certainly pierce its hide as Fellin is wrestling it into position for you.
Hang on, scimitars have to be strength, don't they?
I believe so. They're not alive. They're not.
No, I think it's thingy, isn't it? A scimitar.
Is it
Scimitar is a finesse light weapon, so actually it can be dex.
Oh, cool. That's good, because otherwise it was going to be -2 to hit. That is an 18 to hit.
18 to hit, so roll damage for me as you slash at its hide.
Lovely. And how does a scimitar? A D6 slashing. 6 points of slashing damage.
Okay, and as with Fellin, with his glaive, you are concerned for a moment that perhaps your scimitar might be a bit blunt, because it doesn't deal the damage you would expect for such a significant blow. However, that being said, you still bloody it, so how are you doing?
Yay! I slash of a tentacle.
Nice.
And it just all the other 3 go.
Yeah.
I let go of that one, throw it to the side, and grab another.
All right. Anything else?
And he just himself says, "Don't slice the arm, slice the tentacle."
All right. And in response, this creature is going to try and tentacle attack Fellin. So it's going to be advantage against you, of course.
No, it makes its attacks at disadvantage.
But you're grappling,
But I suppose
right?
it's counted out. Yes.
So it's normally, as I understand it... Oh, is it grappled or restrained? Because if it's grappled...
We both count as
restrained. No, you're
restrained,
right.
so it counts out. It cancels out, yeah.
You're right. Okay, so tentacle attack is going to be still a rather respectable 17.
Yeah, that'll get me.
That's going to be... Maths, Wayne. 7 points of slashing damage.
Lovely, so that'll be halved to 3 with my rage.
Lovely.
Thank you for letting me keep that up.
And then it is going to try and snap at you with its beak, but miss with a
Oh, no.
7. Okay, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just in front of my face. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, God.
All right, that's its go. Taileth.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay, nice. Yeah, you've moved far enough away now. You won't be attacking with disadvantage. Go for it.
Yay. So, 24 to hit.
Oh, certainly going to. As Fellin is grappling. Did you roll that with advantage, by the way?
I did not, but let's
Roll
see
just
if
in
I
case
get...
you get a crit.
I did not.
You did not.
I got
Okay,
a
so
2.
still a very respectable hit as you strike it with this crackling energy. Roll for damage.
1d10. Oh, sorry, I rolled the wrong dice. Where's my d10? Yes, you definitely can't get 11 on a d10, can
No,
you?
I can confirm.
Let's... This is the right one. Here we go. That is 10.
Hey! All right, so 10 total damage, yeah? All right. How are you getting it into critical condition?
I get it right in its beaky snout face.
Okay. Nice.
And
All right.
it's that sort of greeny fire.
Yes. Yes, metal.
It is metal.
All right. Anything else, Taylor?
It's very unrefined. She looks away and screams as she laughs at it.
Nice. Okay.
But it works.
It does, crucially. Fellin, still grappling this thing. Still wrestling.
Grappling. I am going to pull out, and pull out my war pick.
Nice.
And I am just going to try wailing on it. So
All
I
right.
get
It is
advantage on its
not as agile as it was because it is really struggling at this point. It's been battered.
Very nice. Yes, I have advantage on attack rolls against creatures I am grappling, which is the ideal. The ideal here. Saves me reckless attacking. Lovely. Good job, because that's one of the first one was a 3. So that's going to be a 21 to hit.
That'll certainly do it. Let's see if you can finish him.
Well, there's an 8 plus my 3, 11. I'm guessing halved to 5.
It will be, however, how are you finishing him?
As it snaps its beak at me, I get my war pick and I prise open its beak with the spike and I just headbutt the back of the war pick.
All right.
Amazing.
And the whole thing just quickly collapses into a pile of tentacles. And yeah, you get a big hug from this thing.
It's like death grip. Just peel it off me.
Fluff.
How's everyone doing?
Yeah, it's... Ow.
Oh no.
I can't run away. I can't run away. I can't run away. I can't run away.
Did you release that thing?
I can't run away. I can't run away.
Do you need therapy?
I can't run away.
I think we may be past the point.
Is it because the cage is locked? We can open the cage for
I
you.
can't run away. I can't run away.
Are the obelisk things still glowing?
No, they have calmed at this point.
Okay.
What symbols do the obelisks have on them? Is it readable in any format?
Why don't you give me an Arcana check?
I would love to. It's another nut one.
No, they are not. They are not readable. Certainly not to you.
Oh, she's giving me the creeps. Maybe try.
Can't run away.
Would you like us to let you out?
I can't run away. I can't run away.
Villonah? Hello?
I can't run away.
If you'd like us to let you out of the cage, say you can't run away.
I can't run away.
Okay.
I can't run away.
With the keys, Fluff will start cycling through them to see if there's one that maybe fits a lock, if there is a lock on
All
this
right.
cage.
There is indeed a lock with a keyhole. And after a few tries, you manage to find a key that does indeed unlock the cage with a satisfying click.
Huzzah! I open the cage.
You see a look of panic on Villonah's face as she rocks more intensely, shaking her head. She's, I can't run away! I can't run away!
Why can't you run away?
I can't!
What
I
will
can't run
happen?
away!
What will happen if you do?
I can't run away!
Do you understand the word why?
She really eyes you intensely. She says, I can't.
Look, give me something to work on.
We have been contracted by your father or
Yeah,
stepfather
Rillo.
to rescue you from this place.
Give me a persuasion check, Fluff.
Okay. Okay. 13.
She just continues to repeat that she can't run away.
I reach out come out of my rage now. So I reach out a big paw towards her and open my hand and offer her a biscuit.
Like he's gonna have us.
She doesn't seem to be partial to biscuit.
Oh, what foul magic is upon her?
Taylor's gonna have a look at the obelisks as well.
Okay. Anything in particular? You're just trying to suss out what they are?
Yeah, what they are.
All right. Sure, give me an Arcana check.
6.
No idea, I'm afraid.
Can you tell us what will happen
She just
if
continues.
you step out the cave?
Again.
I'm really losing my patience.
How big is this cage that she's in?
5 foot square.
Made of iron?
Yeah, barred cage, similar to the cells that you've seen in the next room.
That's pretty big to carry.
Is there anything in the cage?
The door of the cage is unlocked, though, and open at this point.
It's Is there anything in the cage, like on the
Only-
floor?
Only her and the rags that she has around her to keep her warm.
I could try this, and she makes Mage Hand pop up.
Okay. Anything you're doing with
Anything?
Mage Hand?
Looks at the other two. Should I try it?
I don't know what you're going to try, but I think yes. At this stage, I'm stumped.
Okay, Mage Hand goes into the cell and then gives her a shove out.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check. Technically, a Mage Hand wouldn't be able to do this, but I'll allow it. Because a shove would be considered an attack, which a Mage Hand cannot do, but I'll allow it. Because I like you thinking.
Nat 20.
All right.
21.
Okay, nice. So you shove her out, and she seems to be very eager to just run straight back into that cage.
I'll grab her.
All right, give me
As gently as I can.
as gently as you can. Because I'm going to ask you
As
for an
well,
athletics
yeah.
check.
Oh, yes.
How strong is she?
Athletes can be gentle. Strong of arm and soft of hand.
Indeed.
What else is on your Tinder profile?
That'll be a 21.
Oh, okay. She is eager to get back in that cage, but you just about managed to, just at the last moment, pull her back. And she's like wrestling to try and get back in.
I just scoop her up and I let it go. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Taileth closes the cage.
Okay.
You see now?
She still is
Fluff
struggling
takes
here. You go on, Fluff?
Fluff tries to take her hand and just says, "We're here to help. We're going to get you out of here, and we're not going to let anything hurt you." And I cast Charm Person.
Ooh, okay. Is that a saving throw here?
Yes. Give me 2 secs.
I imagine so, of some kind.
Think it's a win. Load, please.
If it is, that'll be a 15.
Oh, yeah, it's a wisdom saving throw.
All right, 15.
No, she passes.
All right. So she doesn't seem to be calmed by this here.
It doesn't seem to be working.
She also knows that I've tried to charm her.
Which,
Oh no,
Taylor's
that's when
gonna- Taylor's gonna get the key out the lock.
okay.
Like she's locking the cage and taking the keys out.
Nothing seems to change in her demeanor.
Does we want to get her out of here then?
You guess so.
Do you want to tie a rope around her or something?
Is Rillo your father? Do you want to see your father? Is your father evil?
She's a bit more responsive now. Not much more, but she's just still clamoring to try and get back to the cage, even though you've clearly closed it, clearly locked it. She just goes, "Yes, he is!" And he's just trying to wrestle past you.
Oh.
Maybe it's the.
Oh.
It might be maybe we get her a bit further away from the cage. We're going to get you out of here because people torture people here. You don't have to go back to your father once you're out
No,
of
you
here.
don't.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And I move 15 feet because we're grappled towards the door we came in.
Okay, so the plan is to essentially move her
Just
out of the room. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So as you slowly drag her, and she is still trying to get back to the cage, as you move her out of the room, as soon as you step into the chamber with the cells, she seems to calm down almost immediately. However, as you walk into the room, there is also an elf stood before the door into the tunnel that leads out. She has an arrow knocked and trained at you.
I turn my back towards her so that to shield the girl. I go, "Who are you?"
She just says, "Put the girl down.
You put the arrow
Torture
down.
her no further."
We saved her. We saved her. Behold the bodies on the floor. We saved her.
Give me a persuasion check. With advantage.
We let the
for
people out of
bodies on
here.
the floor.
We let the people out of here as well. We're also not black.
Oh, I've just realised as I have turned my back, I do have a Blackfist shield strapped on.
I'm like, you're not black people, and then just covers them. Shit.
Okay. We're gonna Fluff, you're gonna need to be extra cute, because even with advantage, I only rolled an 8 for persuasion.
I don't know if go guidance.
Just like she says that, and then I just go, boop.
So
She is believable.
9.
Huh?
Her hands are like too green and evil still.
Huh?
She says, "I warn you."
Her father's name
you
is
will-
Willow. Where do we save that?
You will
Her
not
father's name is
survive the
Willow?
fight if you try to take her. Drop her.
We're not trying to fight. We're just trying to get her back to her dad.
Yeah. Hey, who are you?
She says,
You.
"My name is Olivia."
That's a
Hello.
nice name.
Hello.
You notice she has on her like almost like grey tabard with a gauntleted fist upon the front. Why don't you give me a history check, everyone?
He says, is it a hop?
A suitable 2.
History.
No. What?
18.
10.
Fluff. You recognize, in fact, actually Taileth as well, even with your 10. You recognize this sigil to be that of the Order of the Gauntlet, which is a group, almost quasi-religious group, dedicated to fighting tyranny, and particularly in this area, the tyranny of the Blackfist Knights. Yeah, go ahead, Fluff.
Do they have a particular with an 18? Would Fluff know if they have any particular kind of words or greetings or like secret handshakes? Or...
They are particularly worshippers of Helm, generally.
Fluff pipes up and just, Helm, bless your coming. Please know that we are no friends to the Blackfist. We were hired by this poor soul's father. We freed the people from these cells, and they're here. I'm Fluff. I'm an owlie, and we've been staying in Phlan. We've been staying at the tea kettle and with Madam What's Her Socks, and we don't want to be shot by you or have fight with you. We would just really like to know who this lady is. Who's sorry, I'm trying to remember. And he takes out a tiny notebook. Is it Villonah? Villonah? We got hired to save Villonah. This is Villonah. We hope this is Villonah because we weren't actually sure whether Villonah was a gnome, but we assumed that possibly they were a gnome. My father was a gnome. At one point, we thought they might have been a dwarf. But how do you know Villonah?
Your order.
Give me another persuasion check for the Helm greeting.
Fuck's sake. 7.
Look, your order of the gauntlet. I live in Phlan. I'm a half elf. Look, pointy ears too, please.
Persuasion at this point is probably a dead end for you here.
Yeah.
She simply says to you, drop the girl and run.
You wouldn't harm an old friend. And I cast Charm Person.
Yes. Yes. My God. Please work.
Okay. So we got a... Wow.
If you rolled a 20, I swear.
I just wanna be thorough.
I
here.
have high.
You see her relax quite suddenly. She lowers her bow. What do you say to her, Fluff?
You've done well to come here, friend.
She says,
As we said,
did you get it before they did?
when you're referring to it, could you be a tad more specific?
The map.
It's been a long day. Map?
We got the girl.
Give it to me.
I turn to the other. I say, "What? Does you know her?"
Villonah kind of
And I turn it.
quietly
Is she?
nods.
Is she a friend?
She's a friend.
Very well. I
really wish you'd piped up and said that before.
I sort of told.
She's a little discombobulated, to say the least.
She said, "Yeah." I put her down. She says you're a friend, then that's fine. She's a bit shaken up. They was keeping her in that euphemism.
They had all sorts of double entendres around her.
Oh, God.
And she moves over to Olivia. And she says, don't worry, they didn't find it. And she takes off her shoe and then pulls off what looks to be like the bottom layer of skin on the sole of her foot. And then but you realize that it's prosthetic because
Do I?
underneath there it's not raw. Well, I suppose Fellin. You probably
I've already looked away.
but it's not fleshy under there. It just looks like another layer of sole.
Fluff lets out an owl pellet.
And
Whereas Taileth looks like the meme of the kombucha girl. That's
she pulls out a bit of parchment and she hands it to Olivia. And she says, Helm be praised. Thank you,
so.
friends, for helping acquire this. You have no idea what horrors you may have prevented today.
You're welcome, and don't be angry.
It's
I'm
bad
sure
for
I
your
won't be.
skin.
Why didn't you go first, and then we'll follow later, and then... But don't be upset, is all I'll say. You'll know what I mean when it happens.
Just to circle back. Just to circle back. Is your dad evil?
Is my daddy what?
Evil. You said in the other room that he was
Not
evil.
that I know of, no.
Okay. He's waiting for you, and can you just come to the tea kettle?
Oh, sure it is. And she looks to Olivia. And she says, is that all right? She says,
Just pop in. Just pop in, say hi to your dad. We'll be
says,
very much
I'll
appreciated.
keep a close eye. She hangs back
Yeah,
and
we
lets you.
could really do with wrapping this all up in about 45 minutes. Keep it under that hour mark. For no reason.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
we
yeah.
better hurry then, hey.
We'll leave you to it.
Oh, God.
I offer the girl my hand.
All right.
I thought you were going to say biscuit.
All right. You head on out back
Got my
into
shoulder.
town proper.
Glares at her on his shoulder.
You can go on the other shoulder. It's fine.
All
Off is
right.
still glaring. I was like,
This is my thing.
And you make your way back to the tea kettle, the courtyard at the back. And after what seems like only 2 seconds, Rillo appears. And he says, my sweet daughter! Sorry. My sweet daughter. He gives her a cuddle. He says, I'm so glad they found you. I was so worried about you. Did they hurt you?
Oh no! Don't you worry. We were.
No,
we
not
was
you,
in and
not
out.
you. The black fists. The black fists.
Oh,
think
yeah,
she's-
yeah.
She's a bit shaken up, but those that armed her can harm no one else.
I honestly, I can't thank you enough for this service that you've done for me. And here, and he kind of hands you a coin purse,
Thank you.
and he says,
Thank you.
I've got this as a thanks. And he gives you like a rather exquisite looking, finely crafted magnifying glass. He says,
Oh,
it's an heirloom of sorts. Been in the family business
Thank
for a
you.
while, and the gold didn't seem like thanks enough. Thank you.
thank you.
And then Olivia approaches and she says, she puts her hand on Fellin's shoulder. And she says, you really don't know what you've avoided today. But
No, we do not.
I
order
didn't
is-
avoid his beak.
Yes, probably get that scene too. But my order is very grateful for this, what seems to me to be an almost accidental, fortuitous turn of events. But you have done great service, and should you be in need of any help from the Order of the Gauntlet in future, just ask for me, and I'll provide it. Oh, and one more thing. And she also gives you a coin purse and a vial of red liquid. She says, thanks for what you've managed to avoid today.
I'm inspecting this magnifying glass, having never seen anything this of itself. I don't know of its purpose. Is there anything I can glean from it?
It looks just to be an exquisitely crafted magnifying glass.
Oh wait,
Ooh, be careful. It's
yes, be careful. Wait a minute. Fluff. It makes biscuits bigger.
only to the eye. It doesn't.
We got to get this on the biscuit tree immediately.
Thank you. I'm so glad we were able to help, and good luck with your grey fist order. And we'll be in touch if we need help.
It's been charming to meet you.
Likewise.
Charm.
More than
Both Villonah, Rillo, and her turn and begin walking off with his arm around Villonah as the tea kettle essentially awaits for you here.
Back to the brew.
Yeah, I need to sit down.
Oh, yes. Oh, I wonder if it makes tea bigger.
Only to the eyes.
He's already gone stomping off into
Yeah.
Fluff, could I get a perception
Um,
check from you, please?
Yep.
Oh dear.
Perception. Disgrace. 11.
Just as you are making your way back into the tea kettle, you take a momentary glance and see Olivia marching towards you with a disgruntled look upon her face.
Oh.
Time to go.
Yep.
And guys, I'll catch up with you in a bit. I just fancy stretching my wings, and I take flight.
Okay, well, see you later.
I said, don't be angry.
And that is where we shall wrap up this glorious final episode of Defiance in Phlan for these three would-be heroes. And what further adventures await them, we do not yet know, but there are plans, so I'm sure it is not the last we will see of Fellin, Fluff, and Taileth. But for today, at least, that is Defiance in Phlan. The danger at dusk.